What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I had to ask y'all this question, man. Some of y'all might think it's a frivolous question, but I mean, I don't. But you know, if you do, it's cool. Um, One of the most prevalent things that we have in our society when it comes to us determining who's who and who's this, where do people rank and all that, are lists. We got a list for everything. List the top 50 basketball players. List the top greatest rappers, top greatest running backs, R&B singers. Everything is based on a list in our society, and I really don't take issue with lists. You know, the only problem that I do have with lists, I ain't gonna say, the only problem that I do have with lists is when people who are unqualified to comprise a list on a particular thing, when they are the ones who put the list together. When you go to the source of who came up with it, then sometimes it makes sense why the list looks the way they look. I think that if there is, first of all, there's never gonna be a definitive, agreed upon list of anything. Too many people in the world, too many folks with opinions, too many errors that you got to take into consideration. So there will never be this master list of, okay, these are the official 100 greatest rappers, and everybody looks at it and goes, okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. There'll be names that people look and say, okay, yeah, that's good. But here's the deal. Even if we had a list of top whoever, whatever field, even if people looked at the names and agreed that those names belong on the list, people gonna have a problem with the order. See? And they're gonna have a problem. They could agree with the first 30, but if 31 is out of place with 32, if 32 is where they think 31 should be and vice versa, it's going to be a problem. So you'll never satisfy the person viewing the list. And that's why some people say, well, man, I mean, I'm just not big into lists. But I think they have a place only if the source of the list is some respected group of individuals, because I don't think that one person can make the list. If you make your list as an individual, that's just your personal list. I think if you're trying to put together a master list, you have to have a committee of people from different eras, different regions. So much would have to go into that. That's why we don't know if it'll ever happen. But one of the main reasons I'm making this video is because I hate to see people get slighted. And, you know, in our city, when you just break it down to our city, you talk about rappers, best rappers. Man, there's been so many amazing rappers that come out of our city, come out of the city of Houston. And unfortunately, there are always going to be names that get left off, that get forgotten, that people fail to mention, because again, a lot of times people who put these lists together, they kind of lean more towards popularity, which is part of it. They lean more towards history, which is part of it. All these things are part of it, but I also feel like that should be a list for the unsung, the forgotten, the ones who, if you're putting a list together and it's a committee, and somebody should say, well, look, man, is there anybody that we forgetting that should be on this list? And then somebody got to dig through the archives and say, okay, well, let's get past radio. Let's get past who won the Grammy. Let's get past and let's go down into the cracks and crevices and say, okay, well, there got to be somebody that we're forgetting. And I think if you got the right people in the room, then those people, because let me clear something up. I ain't talking about me. I ain't making no campaign for me to be added to no list. I think more about other people who are deserving. But also, what I think should be considered when we come up with these lists is to also break them down into different categories. You know, and now we talk about rappers. We talk about rappers. Now, I mentioned sports and things of that nature just to kind of lay a base. But when you're talking about rappers, rap is probably the only genre of music, unless y'all can tell me another one. I don't think this happens in R&B. I don't think this is the case in rock and roll. I don't think it's the case in blues or Zydeco or any other genre of music. Rap is the only genre of music that has different categories of rap. In rap, you have conscious rap, you have lyricism, you have storytelling, you have club, like party, you have gangster, now you got drill, you got whatever else I might be forgetting. Rap is the only genre that has these subcategories that will allow other artists to really get their props. Because you say, well, no, this guy's a great storyteller. Let's do the top however many storyteller. Oh, no, this dude is a pure lyricist. This dude got bars. And let's do top however many lyricists. Same with conscious rappers. Same with, now when you put together the big list, everybody's mixed in, all different styles are mixed in, but I think it's also cool to have those other categories so people can get their props. Because I know as a lyricist, that will probably be one of the categories that kind of gets overlooked the most, because when you rap from here, a lot of people, they not geared up for that. They it goes over their head, or they just don't want to think. They rather just, not saying they're not intelligent. They just, man, I don't want to hear that. I want to party, So tell me what y'all think about, lists. Are they good, bad? Do you agree with the things I said and other little parts of it? And hit your big brother back. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast, and new album coming soon. Peace.